Hi! In this lesson we will draw a fashion figure. Even if you've never held a pencil in your hand, do not worry, you are bound to succeed. Just follow the tutorial step by step. Illustrators use different methods and proportions for such drawings. The proportions of the figurehead are usually measured by the number of heads. I usually draw 9 heads. In my book, I gave examples of different proportions. More information on this is available in the supplementary materials. You will need a pencil, paper and a rubber. Let's get started. Well, let's get down to the lesson and draw a walking fashion figure. So, in order to draw such a figure, I first mark the beginning and the end of the figure. Draw the central axis relative to which I will build my figure. And we need to divide this segment by 9 equal parts. The easiest way to start is to divide it into 3 equal parts. Make sure to compare them. And then we divide each segment by another 3. Segments should be as similar as possible to each other, because these are our proportions. Since the human figure is measured by heads, these are our heads. We will draw a figure with 9 heads as we divided here. On the edge, you can make such a lattice. I do not use a ruler, and I do not recommend it because you need to train your eye. And here I will number from 0 to 9. I will number this grid. So, from 0 to 1, this is our head. Draw an oval or egg with a blunt edge up. This is how you can immediately draw the shape of the head. Well, this can be done later. Since we have a figure in motion, the torso is shifting to the side. We will rely on one leg. So, mark the line of the shoulder. It will be somewhere in the middle of the segment 1 and 2, maybe a little bit higher. Like this, and right away I make a bevel of the shoulder in one direction. On the wall we have a hip line. After I make a bevel in the opposite direction, there is no need to make very sharp lines. And we have such an arc. The axis of dynamics is the bend of our body. That is, when we walk, even if you pay attention to yourself in the mirror, you will see that our torso is displaced. The more you bend this line, the more, let's say, your figure will be curved. I will make like this. This is the center of our body. Now, from this center of the body, we will mark all the whites. So, on the segment 3 we have a waistline. The line of the chest is on the segment 2. And now I mark the whites. I set the whites of the shoulder the same on both sides. Make sure that the shoulders are not too wide. Look like this. Based on the calculation, the whites of the shoulders equals 1.5 heads. That is, roughly speaking, 1.5 heads. is the total of my shoulders. Mark the waist. In fashion figure you can make the waists narrower than it really is. And I will make the hips approximately the same width as the shoulders. This is how I connect these points so far in this way, for the first time very primitively. I can immediately mark my neck. The segment 8 and 9 is our feet. On the center of the axis I draw the foot of the walking leg like this. When we walk, our torso is displaced and only the jugular cavity and the foot of the supporting leg will be on the central axis. Here I lead to the central axis diagonal. On the 6th segment we have a knee line that will be parallel to the hip line. And our knee rests against this diagonal. So I conditionally show a knee. In fact, this is already the edge of the leg, only we will slightly revive the drawing. I will finish the lower leg by 6.5. It expands to the ankle joint, it narrows like this. I have the inner surface of the leg. Once the knee is convex from the inside, the lower leg is convex. Here is one leg, a second leg, which we seem to be walking on. It is easy to draw like this. When we walk, one of the legs goes down lower. Therefore, while your eye may still not be fully developed, it is best to draw a walking leg just like that. You first draw the inner surface of the thigh closer to the supporting leg. It turns out like this half. We draw further. Our lower leg is bent, it is contracting. We can draw such an arc and foot. An arc can be longer, it depends on what step the girl has. She completes the step or just starts it. Here the foot can be pulled out. We will see the foot well and the toe will be clearly visible. If it becomes a little flat there, then you can draw a pointed toe here. I clean up the drawing. Now I will draw the kneecap. I usually draw knees in the natural manner. You can just draw with serifs. The kneecap of the walking leg becomes smaller and turns into such a triangle. Now we'll draw the hips and make them more curly. We return to the upper part of the figure. You can draw the neck. We have the trapezius muscles that smooth out the transition from the neck to the shoulders, like this. Here we draw conditional shoulder joints. The shoulder width is already set along with the arms, that is, we will not draw the arms here separately. This is already the shoulder width together with the arms. That is, we simply lower such lines down. Now we can digitally show the edge of the hands. Then we divide these joints to the waist, like this. And already from these new lines, just above the second segment, because the second segment is the middle of the chest, we make such series. These are our armpits. We draw the chest. You can draw the breast size any you want. Revive a little bit. So now, the length of the arm. In the natural position of the body, that is, if we were standing straight with support on two legs, here let's do like this. Let's assume that my shoulders are straight. This part of the arm is called a shoulder in anatomy. Segment 3 and 4 is the forearm, and 2/3 of segment 4 and 5 is the hand. That is, if we divide this segment into 3 parts, this is a hand. We have a large hand. It occupies the entire front part of the head. There is our arm length. You can just take it like this, measure it for yourself, attach it here, and you will understand where you will have the end of the arm. Let's make a dot here. The shoulder is lower down, respectively, the line of the arm will be a little lower. Here is exactly the same. And here you can directly draw the contour of the heads. Here we have the shoulder. You can measure these segments for yourself in the same way. Here we have will be a forearm, and here there will be a hand. On the other side again, you can measure yourself with a pencil. Here we will have a shoulder. Here it will be a forearm, and here it will be a hand. The outer part of the arm, the inner part of the arm, starts somewhere from the middle of the chest. Here, do not make a gap between the arm and the body right there. It is a mistake. Hence, you can leave like this if you don't want to draw fingers, for example, or you can draw them with the fingers. Let's clean up the picture. Please know that here is the chest line. This is the middle of the chest. I repeat once again that the entire volume enters below. And here is our navel. Now guys, pay attention to how my figure is drawn, and the oval can't be left simple like this. Now, if I had a more primitively drawn figure, the oval could be. So here we need to draw the shape of the head. Let's draw. Here I mark myself half of the oval. Here we have the line of the eye. The zygomatic bones begin here. Lower jaw starts from the cheekbones. And here we have ears. Pay attention to how the image has changed, a completely different look. In order to make a very beautiful figure, let's draw the jugular cavity. It is located in the intersection of the two axes of the shoulder line. Here our figure is ready. You cannot draw a face, you can leave like this, for example, especially if your task is to portray exactly the clothes and not the face. Then you can do it, for example, just like this, just such a primitive eyelash. It all depends on your imagination. Try different stylistic options. Here suits me better an option with an eyebrow. Will condition and show a mouse. I want to draw the eyes. That's all. Try this option, try several times, be sure to fix the result and try to draw the same figure in a mirror image that is walking on the other leg. Please know that this is only one of the possible positions of the fashion figure. It can be depicted statically and in dynamics, well, for example, statically, based on one or two legs, as well as in profile and 3/4. We analyze and draw all these angles in detail at the part of my big course fashion illustration from beginner to professional. It is important to understand that this is just the beginning. Of course, this sketch can be improved. It can be colored in, for example, with watercolor or markers. Of course, you can find it in my fashion illustration from beginner to professional course, which contains 2 large models dedicated to working with these art materials. This concludes our introductory lesson. Your homework for today's lesson will be to practice drawing a walking fashion figure. I recommend you draw a sketch at least 3-5 times in order to get the hang on it. Drawing is a skill that can be developed. The more you practice, the better your results. And don't be upset if your first sketch is not great. Each time you will only get better. Share your works, then tag me and our school on Instagram. It would be great to see your progress. And we share the best student works on our social media. If for whatever reason you still don't follow us, now it's the perfect time. All the links you need can be found in the description to this video.